Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Welcome to the S Collective Podcast, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about the event that we had, October 27th, the big rebranding event. So let's talk about what happened, what went right, what went wrong, just something you took away from it. Max, why don't you start us out?
Sure. You know, looking around at everyone that was out there, everyone looked to be having fun. And one of the biggest comments I was hearing is the food was amazing.
It was very good. Yeah.
What was it, Kenny's?
Yeah,
Kenny's Woodfire
a
Grill.
huge
We're
shout out.
not getting paid sponsorship by him
No
right now.
paid sponsorship.
But a huge shout out to Kenny and his staff.
Yeah. Kenny's
And-
Woodfire
and,
Grill,
and,
yeah.
and Danielle from Kenny's. It was
Okay.
absolutely
Staff was
The staff was
phenomenal.
incredible.
It was phenomenal.
Danielle, thank you.
Yes.
Doing
Got
our
some
service.
leftovers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
took some
take
pasta
home.
home. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
I think my brother left with like 8 things.
I was
over there.
Like,
Kurt's
he goes there
brothers-
to Austin. He's like, I know, I've got 3 days worth of food.
Kurt's brother's having trouble walking.
I was like, is there anything left?
But
There
you
was-
know, did you notice how prepared? Let's not start a crazy tangent. How prepared they were, though. They had all that, and they brought all those to-go things. Obviously they're very good at this.
They've
but
done this before.
It was
Yeah.
extremely.
We were shown
professional.
up.
Yeah, it was. Very good, I
yeah.
literally reached out
Thank
to
you,
Kenny.
Kenny's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
food was
Kenny's. It was
delicious.
phenomenal.
No.
Absolutely.
And Danielle was amazing.
Perfect.
And thank you to the racing sims. Those were
True.
crazy.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I know
was
you were
fun.
on those for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, so big shout out to Court at Full Send Sims for
And his team.
and his team. They were just phenomenal, and they did a great job of reminding me how out of shape and how long it's been since I've been on track because I crashed every 7 feet.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't going fast enough because I think I went off track once.
Wow.
Well, it's because you were going 11.
Yeah, I was going 11 miles an hour. Yeah, but I was on track.
Yeah. Daniel and I managed to
probably
total.
still faster.
I think Daniel and I totaled 7 or 8 cars.
Yeah. I think I created a new track. 100%.
Yeah, that was a much different experience than I thought it would be. I mean, I was with John, and I got shown up pretty good because he was pretty good on the simulator. But he was like, "You have to brake hard going into this." So I was like, "All right, cool." But then I would lock up the brakes and it just slide forward. So I was like, "All right, too hard. I got to find the balance here." So it was definitely a lot of fun, but definitely different than
They
like,
make
Forza.
a really good.
Yeah. Not Forza.
Not Forza.
You know, the measure of a sim is, does it make you nauseous when you're on it, right? I mean, if it makes you nauseous, then
Interesting.
it's a pretty good sim. And Court's thought of a lot of things. I mean, it's
Brake failure buttons.
Yeah.
You know, all sorts of stuff that
I know.
you would experience on a track, but you may not
The
experience
wind
in a sim.
simulation. Things like that just blew me away.
Yeah.
Especially the one that was in the shop over there. That
big
was,
one.
That was good, yeah.
miles different than the ones in the
Trailer.
trailer.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. Silvio, did you get on them? Did you have
But
a
he
chance
was
to
at
get
a
on
race.
them?
He wasn't here. Yeah.
He
That's
wasn't
right, you were
virtually
there.
doing anything. He was actually in a car.
Yeah, I totally spaced that off, but yeah, I think I would have. It would have been interesting to get Silvio's take, but
You guys
I-
get
yeah, that's what I
CJ
was
think.
thinking.
He's the one that seems a
CJ
lot.
and John. Yeah.
CJ did one lap, set the record, and then he was like, "I'm done," and he literally just got up and
He
left.
slammed the
that
door
taught
on
him
it. He
well.
was like,
well, Daniel, that's what you and I would have done as well if we'd have set that.
I just didn't have enough time. That's all it was.
running
I just
outside.
didn't have enough time to complete my lap. I was probably on track with CJ. I'm
He's
just-
learned.
just
He's
gonna put it out
learned
there.
well.
There you go.
That's how
No,
you do
that-
it. You
that
set a
kid
lap
is
record and
fast.
you get out.
Yeah, yeah. So big shout out to Court and,
Yeah.
and
Full
the
Sim
at
Sims,
Full Sim
yeah.
Very,
Sims.
very fun. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. But that's cool. Silvio, tell us about what you were doing on party day.
I was at a different party. I was at a national SCCA time trial party. I was trying to take a national championship. I did not accomplish that.
Do
But
we
I got
have a
close.
national champion here at the shop? Do we have one?
I believe we do.
Is there-
Here,
is
in
there-
this
I've heard
national
rumors,
championship,
so I
we
don't
don't
know.
have a
On the-
single
on
national
the-
champion. A two-time national champion.
Oh yeah, that's right.
that's
yes,
right, yeah.
yes. What's is their name? What is their name? It isn't Silvio.
No,
It's on the tip of my tongue. Huh?
no, definitely not. No.
Is it Kelsey?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what they've announced.
yeah.
We haven't seen the
No,
Jets.
Silvio-
I'm just out there trying to chase that and just can't seem to get it. It's all right.
That's all right.
It's
But
all
you got
good.
second. You did a great
Yeah,
job.
that's-
Second,
Still,
yeah. First
Yeah,
loser.
second's
It's all
great.
good.
Did they,
if
and
he
they
ain't
did,
first or last.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we look at it.
still did a great job.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's phenomenal. Where was it?
National Corvette Museum track. It's NCM Motorsport. in
Bowling Green?
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Nice.
Kentucky.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Very, yeah, it's a good time. It's a very
How many
hairy track.
people were out there?
200 and
Golly.
under 200.
It
Either
was
200
all
or just
weekend,
under 200.
A lot of
Friday,
cars.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, and time attack is by yourself, right? Or is it with other cars?
There's other cars on track. There's other cars that are in your class,
Okay,
and then but
okay.
we're all competing for the fastest lap. So it's
Okay.
not necessarily wheel to wheel where you would be whoever
Like a
crosses
real-
the finish line
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is more like qualifying.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get you. Well, still very cool. Congratulations on second place. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear y'all's point of view on the party.
Daniel, take it away.
I will.
Yeah.
I thought, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I thought it was awesome that there were some fantastic cars, but you had to go find them. We managed to throw a car event that had very little to do with cars and more to do with the people. It was more of a culture thing. It was, we like cars, we like being around that environment, but everybody came to hang out. Everybody just kind of gathered in one area, had food, talked, and really just, I feel like everybody just kind of let loose.
Yeah.
They just kind of let go. It was interesting. A lot of times the car events, people stand next to their cars, want to field questions about their cars. People want to make a lap or two, and they're like, okay, we've seen everything, let's go home. It was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It was almost like you forgot cars were there. I
know,
know that
yeah.
that's why we exist, right? We want to help with cars, but it was actually kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
It was just getting to spend a lot of time with great people.
It's about the community aspect. rather than-
Exactly,
than just the
exactly.
cars, yeah.
Except for the guys in the Mustang.
But I mean, to his point, it was like being in an art gallery, right? Like people are there observing, but they're really there to socialize and hang out.
exactly.
So you had the food, you had the beautiful screen that we had, you had the Sims, you had the tabletops.
Primetime timing.
Yeah,
Sean
prime
Gallagher.
time timing.
Shout out.
Well, but we'll be sponsored by.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But it was all of those things that made the event completely different, right? So, I just saw a wide array of different people from different backgrounds all talking to one another, which was really cool. You didn't quite know who you were talking to, but you could be talking to somebody that was pretty high
Yeah.
up in a company,
Exactly.
right? And everybody, the great equalizer was the cars.
That's
Right?
it.
And they came out to support us in the event.
The reactions that I heard was, I'm sitting here talking to this guy, and I had no idea who it was, and I find out they're so-and-so. And there was no pretension at our event.
None.
Of
Yeah.
any type at all. And that, to me, was the most amazing thing, because everybody was just talking to everybody else. And Daniel's right. All these cars are off. There's 50 cars off in the distance.
Amazing cars.
Yeah. And nobody's over there.
Yeah.
Everybody's over here just talking, and probably the best compliment I heard was from Tyler Rippey from Park Up Front, and he said, my girlfriend Kat and I were in an event the day before, and we got there at about 10:30, and at 10:39 she's like, I want to leave. This is terrible. It's horrible. And they came to our event, and he had to get her to leave. and to get a compliment like that is exactly what we're after. Right, guys?
Yeah, it's about bringing the car community
And the
together.
the execution. I think everybody complimented us on the way we executed. It went out without a hitch, right?
It's a big
But
shout
nobody
out to our
knows the
staff, yeah.
stress we went through the 4
Yeah,
weeks prior.
exactly. Yeah.
And all the planning
All the
and
preparation,
all the
yeah.
preparation that took place. And I think, we'll just keep that at this table. But that's what made the event so well,
I say
because there
it's
was a lot of planning.
Yeah, I mean,
involved.
It's a big shout out to our staff too.
Staff,
Though.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody
They were there
here did something.
Yeah,
Did multiple things, to be honest.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we had to yell but once or twice. It was pretty good. But everybody did a great job. And then what our viewers don't know is that we had all of the staff's family at a separate party as soon as our first party was over. And I think there were 60 people here.
It was a good amount of people.
I mean, there was a bunch of people here. And to see our staff show their family what we're doing and what they're up to
Yeah.
is the most rewarding thing that I can think of.
That was a huge highlight for me. Was being introduced, getting to meet family and friends of people that you work alongside every day. You know,
Yeah.
I loved meeting those people.
It's an aspect. It's a side of them you don't normally see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just I thought, guys, from start to finish, including the family party, it was a huge success
amazing.
for us.
Yeah, it was very fun. Yeah. What was it like getting to share it with your friends and family, to just show the future of your companies and everything like that? What was that like for you? Do you want to go ahead, Max?
Yeah, well, for me, trying to explain to like my grandparents and other relatives like what the heck I'm doing, it was really nice bringing them here and showing them, okay, well, this is this business, this was this, and now we've come all together as one. So it was great to show everyone that I talk to on a daily basis about what I do and actually show them what the heck we're doing. And the support is amazing from everyone. So great event.
Yeah, that's the tough part about being the first one to do something. It's like nobody really knows what it is until you have to explain it to them. So I think that was a big clarifying moment for everybody at the party, was when y'all were talking and like, oh, this is what's going on.
Yeah, well, the hardest thing to explain to people is our culture, right? Our culture is different than every other car company, in my opinion. There are car companies that are like ours in terms of culture, of course, but our culture is different than most cultures because it's a family-driven, faith-driven culture, right? And we put those two things before everything else. And most other companies don't do that. They put profits before people, and when you put profits before people, that's exactly what you get. Here, everybody wants to be here. This was on a Sunday, and everybody's families came on a Sunday.
Yeah, a lot of missed churches.
Yeah, and some of them drove long distances to be here, right?
Yeah.
And
6 hours.
Yeah, 6, 7. Yeah, and so
Wow.
And so
Shout out Pop.
Yeah.
Legend.
So that is the culture that we're building is incredibly hard to explain to somebody until you actually experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and a lot of the families had seen us with our own companies grind for all these years, right? And Max, to your point, there was an aha moment, right? They didn't really know what was going on, but then they see the screen, they see our plans, they see we're all wearing the same, shirts, got the same shoes on, right? It's more than what we once were. And that's the exciting part.
Except for
We haven't gotten our boots yet.
Yeah, did you guys?
Hold on, I'm going to call Max out here.
Yeah,
he wanted another 1.5 inches of height, and so he added his nice cowboy boots.
That with
there
the hair will
some
get you a good 3
stonewashed
inches.
It looked
jeans.
good. It looked good.
That looked good.
It had to be that
You
guy.
did look good, Max. You did look good.
That's okay. I got called out in the middle of the presentation.
Yeah, Henderson
We're
got
not
called
gonna
out too.
call you out on it.
No comment. But anyway,
But it's really neat to see the aha moment. It's really neat to see how our families finally understand what all of this was that we went through, that we put ourselves through, and that we've accomplished on our own and now together, and that we're going on this new trajectory, this new path, creating this new destiny for ourselves, doing things different in this market. That's exciting, and I think the smiles and the handshakes and the hugs and the attaboys all make it worth it.
Yeah.
Right.
people understood what it is for us to be together when you were at that party, right? Everybody knew us individually from the businesses before, but now everybody's together, and then everybody sees that synergy, and the staff did look fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, they did. It was easy to figure out where our staff was all of the time, especially Breezy, a 300-pound guy wearing a highlighter vest.
Suit, yeah.
But it was easy to see where our staff was, and you had guys like Josh and these guys taking out the trash. I mean, it was really neat.
You
to
knew
see.
they were there, but you didn't know that they were there, right?
Yeah. They were there if you needed them. But, yeah, everybody came ready to work, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, definitely set us apart there because, yeah, most car shows you go to, it's kind of self-serve in that way where it's like you got to figure out what you're doing, where you're parking, doing all this stuff. But yeah, I think that's what we did really well was having it kind of directed. And it's like, all right, bring your car in right here and then kind of explore this area. And it's free to do what you want. So
Where's Rassy? Rassy.
He's over there hiding.
Rassy.
there he is. He's right behind you.
come over here.
You need a mic,
give
buddy?
us your take on the party and
Yeah, have a seat.
and what you thought.
There's no chair.
You want to sit on
Sit on
Dave's
Dave's
lap?
There you go, bud. Now get another chair.
Oh, there you go. I can take Cody's chair.
Welcome.
Brassy Ran, here we go.
Boy, those
The
headphones
legend.
with that hair look
Ooh,
fabulous.
there we go.
Yeah,
Hair
that's
looks
The
Yes.
flow.
So, for those that don't know me, my name is Rassi Ran, and I am the principal behind the camera that helps capture all these beautiful faces that you guys see day in and day out. And about the party, I thought it was a resounding success. You know, it was a great moment that we'll forever cherish to see everyone's family and friends. And it was very hard to keep photographing and recording when all these people were here, because all I wanted to do was mingle and show everyone everything all the time, all at once.
Yeah.
And
Because you had a lot of family and friends here too, right?
I did. They were blown away. They knew an idea of what I did, but when they saw the shops and how close it was, and they're like, okay, we didn't know it was like here and there, and we didn't know you guys did this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing that, you know, it completed the picture, you know, for them. So I
If
thought it
you
was a very
didn't
cool
understand who we were and what we were doing before the party, you did understand when you left.
Exactly.
Yep. And I think that messaging was a huge success.
What did the other creators and photographers think? You had several here, I know.
Oh, they were busy capturing constantly. They were I saw photographing, filming left and right, people taking selfies, and you could tell this is all fresh to them. And some of these people are ones that have been to many car meets and other social events, and I could tell it looked fresh on, you know, their eyes.
Yeah, there were people that said that it was the best car event they've ever been to in Dallas, which I just kind of chuckled at, because for us it was just an event. We aren't going to do it any other way than the way that we did it, right? We are not going to sacrifice for cost or any of those things, and we're not going to set some donuts out and some orange juice and say, welcome everybody. We're going to make it an important event that's memorable. If you make events that are unmemorable, that's exactly what you get, an unmemorable event. Our event was memorable.
How were the prints? Razi had some track photos that you turned into prints. How was that?
Those were awesome.
Yeah.
Jeff and Mark.
We got them to sign it too.
Yeah.
One of one.
I could tell the Mark and Rick's families, they were taking pictures left and right, and it was very.
Silvio, they had us take family pictures with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
You like Rick and Mark, like
Yeah.
Cody, get in this picture, buy the photo. They were just blown away.
Those guys are an important part of what we're doing, though.
Yeah.
You know, having them want to be part of that. Like, those guys are important. Just like all the other clients and customers we have, they're all important.
Yeah.
So for them to feel important, that's what matters to us.
But
like
again,
you said, we're building a culture.
It's what we do, right? There was nothing. Yes, it was special, but it was like that wasn't even a thought. It was like, whatever that costs, we just need to do it.
Yeah, we hadn't even talked about the 360 camera thing.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that
Gained
up.
in popularity,
so
but that
much
thing
fun.
was awesome.
We should buy one.
Anybody out
be
there?
videos of Kurt
Anybody
all
out there? Well,
Shout out to Red Booth.
Yeah.
Red Booth.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
But that was a hit. Everything we did, you guys, was a hit.
I feel like we're backup singers. Like you
I
and I
know,
were
right?
sharing one mic.
I think the difference
You
is
switch back,
no,
Daniel.
switch
Are you done?
Yeah.
You look good on camera.
Brassy ran out.
Rasty Rand's had it.
Let's see if we got. Oh, whoops.
Wow.
Whoops.
This is the
What's
wrong
wrong button? Oh, here we go.
Silvio's eating the blueberry donut.
There we go. Give it up.
Nice.
Those luscious locks.
Those luscious locks.
He looks
Very good.
good for 6:30 in the morning.
He does not look tired.
No.
We should try this at 4.
When we're tired,
do that.
We are doing it next week. 4 a.m.
we'll be tired
Silvio and I are
then.
in.
We're
We could be
tired
here.
now.
Can I sleep here? Is that okay?
You can, yeah.
You can.
There you go.
And
The FF looks comfortable.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Did you
It's
tell
not
us about
shabby.
it, Kurt? You got
Yeah,
to
it's not
experience it this
shabby.
weekend.
Oh man, it's a wonderful car.
That Audi over there has
Yeah.
got trunk big enough for it. You can set up a bed in there.
It
That's
is.
true. It's
That's
the transporter,
Yeah,
Jason Statham.
that's it.
That's the car.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Black one.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty cool.
something we haven't talked about. We closed on the land today at 1:30
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
for the
that's incredible.
Maranello
Yeah.
luxury garages. Pretty exciting.
How long has the process been from when you'll have like started to try to buy the land till now?
Felt like about a million years.
Yeah.
No, 12 months.
Yeah.
I'd say 12. I'd
Yeah.
say for planning and everything, I think it's been about 12 months.
I'll say what people don't know though is how many spots we thought we did have, or you know what I
We
mean.
got excited
Buildings,
a lot
land.
of times
Like
and
it's been a
let
roller
down.
coaster, emotion wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually a big shout out to the folks at City of Plano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For supporting us, the city council
Yeah.
supporting us, planning and zoning.
Say listening,
supporting us.
understanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Daniel, that's huge, right? The understanding piece.
That's it.
We were in other cities. We won't name them, but we were in other cities, and they literally looked at us and said, "We don't want you people here."
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. I was always shocked by that. But the city of
Well,
Plano.
I think they thought we were much of the same, right? That,
Yeah.
that we were the
That's
same
true.
thing that's
That's true.
currently out
Yeah.
there in the market.
Yeah.
And Plano was like, wait a minute, there's something different here.
Yeah, I mean, when the planning and zoning 8-0, city council 6-0, city manager, mayor. I mean, everybody's been in tremendous support
Yeah.
of what we were doing, and then I think all of us need to shout out to Michael Holligan
Definitely.
because without him, none of this
None of this would happen.
would happen in terms of the
Hogan
garage
and
project.
his team. Yeah.
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 So, and then a big shout out to our team. We've got a huge number of our clients buying garages, but it's very exciting to see that coming together because there was certainly doubts at certain times. There was doubt.
Yeah.
And to see it come together is very exciting. I never had a doubt we could get it done, but
Yeah. What was it like to unveil that finally and like be like, this is really happening?
yeah, I mean, you didn't really understand it until you saw that video on the screen. Which big shout out to Primetime Timing and Daniel's brother-in-law
Yeah, that
for
was
bringing
cool.
that.
Sean and Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah, just
That thing was sweet.
it
That
was
was awesome.
unbelievable.
I want one.
Especially in the
It's like a
morning when it was all dark. It was
transformer,
like,
just
foggy,
came out.
yeah.
Should have
Yeah.
put the Xbox on it.
The food and the screen was just phenomenal.
Next
Yeah, knocked
level.
it out of the park.
Well, I don't remember.
But
what
I was asking, like, what was it like to finally be able to be open about it and like,
Yeah.
here's the plans. And everything.
I mean, we'd been soft pitching it, right, guys? Because there's no guarantees, right? Soft pitching it. But once it looked like we had the funds for the land and we're going to make that closing, to actually see it and then tell people, this is what we're doing. And frankly, to be able to tell people we will take your money to buy a garage now is a huge deal to me and I think to all of us.
Yeah.
So
Very cool. Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of will misinterpret that and be like, business is just you throw a lot of money at something and it happens. But it's like there's a whole process between, you said 12 months just for this piece of land. I can't imagine all that came before this and the planning and everything. So
yeah, I mean, we have another couple of months, right, guys, just with the permitting process. I mean, this
Yeah.
is a very complex
Yes.
project, and it's enormous. People don't understand how big it is, and then you just say, well, it's about 5 acres under air.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's exciting, and Daniel, what do you think? This started with you and me and one other guy, and
Yeah, that's I joked about it, right? I was like, I just wanted to start a PPF company, and I think that's where the strength in our group is that I had my little vision, and I think everybody at this table had some sort of vision, and then together we've combined it, and now we're looking at something. It's like 5 Costco's. Maybe 6 Costco's.
That's great.
It's
Never thought about it like that,
ginormous.
yeah.
I tried to think of it like, what would other people relate to?
yeah, it's a couple of Costco's.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
so you start thinking about that, and like, holy cow, and it's something that that idea. In fact, we talked on the last podcast about visions and words and things like that. But to me, the if your dream's not big enough, what is it? If it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
never have dreamed of
Yeah.
this, let alone being partnered with, a 2-time national.
You mean the boyfriend of a two-time national
there
champion?
it is, there it is.
Salt in the wound, right there.
But you know,
Two-time national Jason.
You're still better than Daniel.
it's true. You're faster than me, bud. You're faster than me.
You know,
You're still better than everybody at the table.
Yeah.
So,
the one thing, Kurt, right? Take from the day we met you where you were to where you are today.
yeah, it's a big difference.
I mean, it's like, could you ever have imagined we're going to do something like this? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
for
it's-
real.
I mean, 20 years ago, I had ideas in my head, and I think all of us did, right? But doing it on my own, I don't think it would have ever happened. It likely wouldn't have. It took all of us at this table to make this happen. And it took the right people in the right positions to make it happen. It took the right people with the right thoughts and the right positions, and then it taught me that I had to get out of my own way and just be good at what I'm good at and let other people that are good at other things do their things. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of trust that took place at the same time. So, it's been amazing to look back a year later and go, holy smokes, we're actually doing this,
Yeah.
right? We're actually building this, and there's this energy that surrounds us, and there's this I don't know what word I'm looking for, but there's excitement in this market about what we're doing that hasn't been here before.
Yeah.
And so,
He summed it up. He said within a year.
12 months.
You
That's
think
what I was
about
just
that.
going to say.
Yeah.
12 months. It literally is, I
Yeah.
believe, Kurt, we're really
like 2
close to
weeks
right
away,
at 12
yeah.
months
Yeah.
within a couple weeks.
yeah. So to put something together that fast means we've got smart people doing smart things.
Yeah.
And we've got a vast network of people that believe in us, right? We believe in each other, we support one another, and we're visionaries. And then you put that in place with the right people that can make all those things happen. I mean, if this is year one, my goodness, what is year 3 or 5
Exactly,
going to look
yeah.
like? It's
Yeah.
going to be insane.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then Silvio, right?
Oh
Which
my
is
gosh,
4 months.
like, seriously.
I mean,
4 months, yeah.
it's
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's
It's
flown
crazy.
by.
Yeah, it's moving fast. I mean, there's nothing about it, but it takes a lot of work, and it takes a team, and it takes a lot of talent, and it takes a lot of time, and it's just we couldn't do it without each other. I think it's
a team.
it's kind of leaning on each other, learning who's good at doing what, and just kind of what you just said, right? It's like trusting the system, right? Trusting that you can kind of let go of the things that you're not good at.
or that you
Trust- or
once
that you-
held
yeah.
on to because you were forced to hold on to those
Yeah.
things, right? And I had to learn with Cody, like, okay, Kurt, I don't need to do these things anymore. I wasn't really good at them to begin with, and I can trust that Cody's got our backs in that department. And I think that took time for me to understand and feel that and trust that. As a small business owner, you don't trust a lot of people. You trust yourself and what you're capable of, but you don't trust other people. And so I think all of us at this table have been through the highs and lows, and now are like, okay, Daniel's awesome at this. Max is awesome at that. Silvio's great at this. Cody's fantastic at that, right? Leave me alone. Let me do my own thing, right? But we support each other in those roles, and that's really important.
So that's Max, right? Like the most experiences that you have with other shops and companies, you have to go to them. Having Max, because that was a big thing. I know it was a big thing for you. It was a big thing for me. Is we get to send Max out, and our reach is wherever the customer wants it to be. That's incredible to me. Before we were always concerned about having an experience when the customer got here and hit this thing, but setting that up when they're here, giving them an experience. And now it's a phone call. Max goes and gives them that experience there.
It's an
Yeah,
extension
it
of
actually
us.
doesn't even have to get that far. We just set it up.
That's
right.
it.
So the customer's leaving here, and we're like, "Hey, here you go." Right. This is Mac. He's who's going to take care of your vehicle.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love
so
that.
Everything
That's part
is
of letting
seamless.
go, right?
Yeah.
What you were talking about before, it was like, no, get them here. We'll take care of it. But now it's like, oh, Max.
we are
Max.
a case study in having people do what they're best at doing. Right? That's what we are. And Daniel, from your perspective, it was learning everything for the last 2 years. You never
Everything.
managed a single individual before.
Not correctly.
Ever.
Not correctly.
Not correctly.
See,
Plenty
that's
of management
humility.
experience,
Yeah,
but
there's
not
some growth
correctly.
right there.
Yeah.
I can admit that. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. But I knew that you had that willingness to learn, right? And with Kurt, with you, I knew you had the willingness to change. We had to dig it out of there, but you had the willingness to change and to let go. And Silvio was unlike the rest of us. He's like, I'm in. I mean, just,
So we told him he could go racing and we'd run the shop.
Yeah.
That was it.
Done.
Yeah, and then with Max, you took an established business and then added another business to it. So, the ability for us to move people around to do what they're best at is what makes us great. Mm-hmm. And having somebody like Kurt that's feet on the street every day is a huge deal, because the most important part of any company is your sales arm, right? Mm-hmm. Then it's your management arm, and Daniel's doing a great job of that. And then Silvio's doing a lot of mentoring and teaching these guys the right ways to do things, troubleshooting. Max is out there grinding it, washing cars and doing things that
he brought us like a whole nother set of amazing people.
Yeah. I mean, just really a whole nother area of town.
If you're not from Dallas or Fort Worth, when you see DFW on a map, you just assume DFW is next to each other. It's an hour away.
Yeah.
Where Max comes from. So there's a whole set of just amazing people, amazing car people that we never got to interact with, touch, anything. And Max has brought them over to our side of town, and it's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the willingness of all of us to change and the willingness of all of us to trust is the greatest compliment I can give this table, because that's a difficult thing to do, right? When you're Kurt, when you're in your mid-40s, you've got all of these other things that have happened to you in the past that make up how you feel today. And so it's hard to let go, and it's hard to change. Same thing with you, Daniel. You had all of us. It's hard
in his
to
early 40s.
Yeah. But if you look online, they think he's in his 20s, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
I'll take it.
but the
About skincare next.
Yeah.
but the willingness to leave, the willingness to let it go and change is what makes us great.
Yeah.
To your point, it's also the ability to seek opportunities and to see opportunities, right? And I think, in our automotive realm here in Dallas or DFW, and there's so many businesses that are all about, I just want to hold on to what I have, right? Mm-hmm. And we're over here going, oh, let's go talk to that guy. Let's go talk to that girl, right? Let's see what we can create together. And I think that's why this works so well and why it hasn't worked for other people, right? Is the opportunities we create for ourselves and the ability to just give somebody an opportunity, right? To listen to them, to create something from nothing instead of push it all away and say me.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how I got
my
start
this
was
is the
Cody.
story here,
That's
right?
I think that's one of Cody's strongest things is that he sees opportunity. He's willing to listen. He's willing to kind of weigh
risk.
it out, and then ultimately, roll the dice. I mean, that's how we're here.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, you guys. But your willingness to do the same thing is how we make this work. And the other thing is that I see a lot for us is we're not afraid to go and ask for what we want.
Yeah, true.
Can't be.
It's no different than how I met my wife. Right? You want to have lunch? Sure. It's the willingness to go out there and there's a difference between asking and taking, right? But we go out there and we tell people what we want, but we tell them why we want it and why it's good for them. If you tell somebody what you want and why it's good for them, if it makes sense, almost always they will do it. So I think that's what makes us different. Kurt, to your point, that's what makes us different. Kurt will go and walk into a dealership and say, "Hi, I'm Kurt."
I do that
Throwing
everywhere,
cars at him.
Exactly what he does.
You got a haircut, didn't you?
Yeah. But doing that and our willingness to do that is what makes us great.
Yeah. I want to hear from you lastly, Max. Just what it's like coming into something like this, just going from, like they said, one side of DFW to the other and expanding your business and then joining something even bigger. What was that like for you? And, mobile detailing is kind of a, not really niche, but it's a small market. So what is it like going from where you were to where you are now?
Overwhelming.
Put you through the meat grinder, didn't we?
But it's been good.
You see those faces, Max, when he looks at Kurt?
It's just always disgust.
Micro
It's like,
expressions.
oh,
Yeah.
God, he's talking.
Yeah. It gets a twitchy.
Fix your website.
My website's good.
Yeah.
The website was
We
good.
got it fixed. We got it fixed.
We got
We're
it
good.
fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But yeah, it's been good coming out here. It's making me grow. You know, I'm learning things that I'm able to implement on both sides of my business. You know, I don't know what the future of Henderson's detailing looks like now that we're expanding S Collective, but we'll keep working and see where that goes. You know, I have a huge amount of customers over there.
Yeah.
Massive amount of customers. So I'm going to keep bringing them over here and get PPFs done, ceramic coatings, and show them what we're about, because once they know, they love it.
It's true.
They love it.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I've noticed, and I'm sure you guys noticed too about Max, is he's one of these guys. He's very much like Kurt. He has a relationship with all of his customers.
Absolutely.
You know, like you know, they're part of his family. Everybody I've ever met that is a customer of Max's loves Max,
100%.
and that's very difficult to achieve.
Yeah.
You know, it's really cool to see. They trust him.
Yeah. That many people, yeah.
We trust
It's hard,
them.
yeah. That's it.
Takes a long time to build those relationships.
Yeah. I mean, some of those you've been working on since you're in high school.
Yeah. A lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 6-7 years.
God, did you hear that, Kurt? Damn. Oh, that last 6 or 7
A
years since
lifetime.
I was in high school.
My goodness.
That's funny. All right. Well, that's all the time that we have today. Does anybody have any last remarks or comments or questions?
Just another thank you to everybody who showed up to the party.
Yeah.
Everybody who wanted to be part of it. Brought cars, the vendors, everybody that had something to do with it, our employees especially. Just thank you.
I mean, everybody that supports us, guys. That's
it.
we just need to be thankful.
The people
and
listening
humble.
to this podcast
Exactly.
for the first time.
Thank you to the 10 people.
Like, giving us an opportunity, all 10 people, giving us the opportunity to share our stories, right, with the rest of the world. That's exciting. And so,
Do those 10 people include the 7 in here?
Yeah, probably so. All right. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank y'all for being here. See y'all next week.
Thanks.
Perfect. Play that outro music again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
No, I like that one.
Oh, you like
too.
that one?
No.
I like them all.
We'll go
That's
with
it.
You don't
I
want
like-
money?
It's all right. Do we put the disclaimer that this
Yeah,
is fake
there we
news?
Kurt got called.
We'll just put it over every time it cuts to
Every
him.
time Kurt
We're gonna
talks,
hit
fake news,
that
fake
on the
news.
next podcast. I'm speaking to that.
Speaking to that, yeah. Whoever
Clarify.
says fake news.